Your
Okay.
arrival has brought a definite static.
So, jetzt aber.
Listens now. Strike dead.
Okay, die fällt leider nicht auf das Ding ein, ne? Boah, schon gut, die ist absolut heftig
You
immer
are an
noch.
enemy that requires special attention.
Access denied. I can fix this.
Alter Schwede, ey, die haut auch einen Schaden raus.
Cut to the chase.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
Wieder weg.
Speed of light.
Ja, wenn ich nicht drankomme, dann hau ich einfach ab, ne?
Inferior. Strike dead.
So.
Incoming. Hey.
Alter, die macht echt einen Schaden.
I will mold you into the foundations of eternity.
Mist.
Come on.
Raiden ist komplett immun gegen Elektro-Damage. Ah, super. Gut, hätten wir drüber nachdenken können, ne?
Don't blink. Got lucky that time.
Aber
Incinerate.
ich mache ja bei ihr so gut wie gar keinen Schaden, ne? Aua.
Come on. Focus. I can fix this. My
Keine Chance.
contract goes
So.
unfulfilled. Motion to compel.
You are an enemy that requires special attention.
Go, Barbara, go!
Inferior.
Incinerate!
Dead.
Let's dance.
Ja,
Inferior.
müssen die beiden Szenen machen hier, ne?
Ouchie.
Inferior.
Und sie ist einfach nur da, um Schaden einzucashen.
Evasion is futile. Inferior. Strike dead.
Wenn du damit durch bist, kann ich dir helfen, kann ich dir anbieten, dir bei dem Teambuilding zu helfen. Glaube ich, dass dir, glaube ich, einiges erleichtern wird. Da kann man gleich
I
mal
will
gucken.
mold you into the foundations of eternity.
I'll protect us.
Ich bin sehr gespannt, wie lange sie jetzt so ein scheiß Angriffsmuster noch machen wird, ne? Soll ich das machen? Wir bleiben erstmal hierbei. Dabei.
Inferior.
Oh no! Go, Barbara, go!
So, jetzt kommt die Heilung wieder ein bisschen drauf.
Boom, boom!
So. Ach ja, es wird nur die ganze Folge noch dauern hier. In der Geschwindigkeit. Scheiße. Aber ist das allgemein bei jedem so? Also war das bei dir und bei allen anderen hier auch so, dass es doch sehr lange gedauert hat mit ihr?
You are an enemy that requires special attention. Evasion is futile.
Incinerate!
This ends now.
Hit Melvin, 15, moin. Ich war, als es rauskam, schon 56. Okay.
I'll protect us.
Das nein.
I will mold you into the foundations of
Mir kommt es mir
eternity.
gerade vor, als ob ich die komplett falschen Charaktere im Team habe, ne?
Inferior.
The law.
Und da ist sie weg. Spiel Ganyu.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Der hat so Scheiße im Treffen, ne?
Evasion is
No
futile.
touching. Next on the agenda.
Inferior. Strike dead.
I'm just way out of practice.
Die ist bei ihm nicht auf, achso.
Next on the agenda.
Und der nächste. Ich hab's verstanden, ich baue sie um. Und der Vierte, der es mir jetzt sagt und mich ermahnt. Ist das okay?
Inferior. Strike dead.
Ja, wir bauen sie um. Ich hab's verstanden. Wir werden gleich mal gucken nach dem Bogen, wenn ich hier entweder gewonnen oder verloren habe. Aber ein Trupier nähert sich mühsam, ne? Wie ein Eichhörnchen. Man kennt es. Wir machen es einfach so hier. Alter Schwede, ich mache einfach überhaupt keinen Schaden bei der Alten, ne? Scheiße.
You are an enemy that requires special attention. Instabilities will be removed.
Ich glaube 75% oder was? Aber ein Weg zum Unglück könnte es sein, wenn jemand willens ist, sich im... Was?
Go, Barbara.
You are an enemy that requires special attention.
Ist normal, wenn man Barbara als Main DPS spielt, ja. Hab ich ja gar nicht drüber nachgedacht, ja, jetzt wo ihr es sagt, ne? Scheiße. Ja, mein Main DPS macht hier keinen Schaden bei der.
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close?
Miko, this was your doing?
Now. Don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects. Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake A's will, do you? Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you. Now then, close your eyes.
I hope we can abolish the Vision Hunt Decree.
Okay, ich habe Angst.
Come on. Focus.
Blaze over. Your verdict is decided.
Access denied. Incoming. Motion to compel.
Mein Gott, ich mach Schaden. Ich mach Schaden. Ja, los, Babsi. Erst ist dein Moment gekommen.
Fleeting shadow.
No touching.
Ich glaube, ich bin der einzige Bekloppte, der wirklich hier Babsi als Main DPS gespielt hat, ne? Beziehungsweise wo Babsi den meisten Schaden gemacht hatte.
I'm just way out of practice.
Shit. Nein!
Thunder.
Die wird automatisch gehalten. Das ist ja geil.
Focus. Boom, boom. Ready, steady,
Okay.
go. Let the show begin.
Hier also mit der Macht von allen, jetzt ist es dann ganz easy.
Invisible evidence. Incinerate. Speed of light. Nowhere to hide.
Immun. Ja, da war was.
Fleeting shadow.
All hail. Access denied. Boom, boom.
Na, immerhin, ne?
Will be severed.
Na gut, das soll ja auch nicht langweilig werden hier im Stream, ne?
Motion to compel.
Und eine Aufnahme für YouTube.
Your verdict is decided.
Man sich irgendwann mal drüber lustig machen.
This one, a fleeting shadow.
Sehr gespannt auf die Kommentare dann.
Word of icy fall. Boom, boom. Motion to compel. Incoming. Hey.
All desire can be broken.
Gut, seid ihr überhaupt keine Chance, Mann.
All will be severed.
Boom,
So, hier, bitteschön. Halte bitte ein bisschen länger gedrückt bei Ganyo. Ich weiß, man muss zweimal aufladen. Ist mir auch schon aufgefallen, ich mal zu viel loslasse.
Next on the edge. All hail.
This one,
Oh,
a fleeting shadow.
nein, nicht aus der Kuppe raus.
Ready, steady, go.
So. Ja, wenn ich richtig gesehen hatte, hast du einen Song nie, oder? Wenn ja, dann wirst du nachher, nachdem wir das Team gebaut haben, unsterblich sein. Ja, sehr gut. Aber der ist doch keine 80. Da bin ich gerade erst dabei. Mein Problem ist ja gerade, ich habe hier im
Blaze over.
November, glaube ich, angefangen, Dezember irgendwann.
Access denied.
Ich habe kein EP-Kärtchen, um die aufzuleveln. Ne? Und diese elementaren Anhäufungen da, ja, die mache ich immer brav. Aber ich jetzt heute noch keine Harz ausgegeben habe. Ihr werdet mich schon wieder hauen dafür. Nee, komm, Babsi, du darfst den Endschlag machen. Das bin ich dir jetzt, das bin ich dir schuldig. Hier, los, haut drauf. Sehr schön.
You've lost, eh?
Nee, doch nicht. It's Melvin 15. Vielen Dank für deinen Follow. Wie ich XP-Karten bekommen, Battle Pass kaufen. Ja, mache ich ja auch, aber
Yes.
ich habe halt viele Charaktere, die ich jetzt aktuell gelevelt habe, deswegen. Und auch Find the Name. Vielen Dank auch an dich für deinen Follow. Und natürlich an beide, willkommen hier in der Community.
Why can you not trust your people and in the power of their ambitions? These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can snuff out.
Da werden die Leute hier mit voller Kraft voranschreiten. Kann es jenseits der göttlichen Erwartung sein. Es übernimmt sogar die Arbeit der Götter.
Is this the lesson you learned from your journey in Liyue?
Die werden mich gleich noch mehr hassen.
There are
Ja, das ist
nations
richtig.
where humans cast their god aside and stride forward. So are we to just abandon the notion of progress for the sake of wishful thinking?
Ja, richtig. Genau das ist die eigentliche
You and I
Frage.
have both witnessed the great loss
Ja.
that progress can bring.
Ist okay. Ach ja.
Eternity. Eternity is the only way. When lightning flashes, it casts a shadow. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress. And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every thunder sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
The heavenly principles. Irrelevant nonsense as far as I'm concerned.
Eine richtig coole Zwischensequenz. Sehr schön.
When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever and ever. Isn't that right?
Geht bestimmt auch auf anderen Wegen, ne? Shogun.
That would be something of an oversimplification.
But is this nation worth existing for eternity? Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change, it does nothing more than simply exist. It is a hollow shell of a nation.
Sehr schön, hier gerade noch die Anspielung auf den Hintergrund. Perfekt gemacht.
I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such a nation were destroyed?
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I made to my people.
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention. Your divine gaze.
Sehr schön gesagt. Wie man es nicht anders von einer reinen Priesterin der Sakura erwarten kann, ne?
You mean visions? Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra losses. But I have experienced it all. That is why I have chosen to guide them along the correct path toward eternity.
Woher willst du wissen, was das Richtige ist, das
But
Korrekte?
eternity is far too cruel a fate for you, eh?
For me,
Not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying attention to yourself. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone, for
but it is necessary.
You will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here in stasis for all eternity? You are obviously lonely, and yet for the sake of eternity you choose to stretch your loneliness out to infinity. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? Why now? This is your plane of euthymia. It's your inner world. So it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness here unbearable for a long time now, haven't you?
Oh, da hat sie.
I have nothing to say to that.
But I have so much to say to you. Let me tell you all that has happened over the last few centuries.
How long will that take?
As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every detail of the last few centuries with perfect clarity.
Ja, dann setzt sie jetzt mal ins Bilde, ne? Vielleicht zieht sie ja dann wieder klar, die gute Ganju.
So it will probably take me another few centuries to relay it to you.
Miko. I never thought I would have the chance to meet with you like this again. Seeing you again is a change to eternity. And a very nice surprise.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose that means we can still be friends?
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, I will honor your wish to abolish the Vision Hunt decree. But, with regards to eternity and the question of whether this nation should move forward, I need time to give it some thought.
Gut, die hast du hier in deiner Ewigkeitssphäre, ne?
You are the one who's been acting like a child from the very beginning.
Tja, ein Kind mit einer ganz schönen
As
Macht, ne?
promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions outlive their masters long after the soul ascends. They remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of euthymia anyway?
Die Paimon war gar nicht dabei. Das ist ja auch
Is
interessant.
the Vision Hunt decree abolished?
Ja, das ist ja Miko zu verdanken, ne? Die Wünsche und der Glauben der Menschen wurde erhört.
Oh, gotcha. Paimon was super worried, you know. So, maybe the reason Miko is looking for us now is because she wants to thank us. Let's go find her.
Ach ja, so. Ich würde sagen, Endspurt, hä? Ich glaube, lang wird hier die Story nicht mehr gehen. So eine Vermutung von mir. 7 Minuten haben wir noch in der Folge. Haben wir noch auf jeden Fall Zeit. Hui. So, hat sich ein bisschen was getan. Aber wir gehen jetzt erstmal hier zur Miko. Na du? Gucken wir mal, was er jetzt zu sagen hat.
If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting the shrine? A sign of piety, perhaps?
You literally told us to come meet you here.
I was just joking. I've been waiting for you.
Na, immerhin.
Like someone's in a pretty good mood.
Ja, besser als wenn so schlechte Laune hat, Paimon. Ganz ehrlich.
Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen in years was truly delightful. By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne, with a Fatui Harbinger no less. Courageous and astute. I must say, I am most impressed.
Nur eine sprunghafte Idee, die sehr
Defeating
lustig
Signora
war.
head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds my expectations. Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations are in order.
Sure feels good to finally thwart the Fatui plan for once.
Oh ja. Meinst du die E10 der Fatui?
They caused plenty of trouble along the way, but at the very least, they didn't get their hands on another notice.
Wait a second. Did you say gnosis? As in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece?
Mhm.
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Gnosis belong to the Seven. They're what keep them connected to Celestia.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Okay, was hat sie gemacht?
I handed that over.
Was?
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the balladeer exactly?
Hm. Es stellt sich also heraus, dass es schon längst verloren war.
The balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signora. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
You did... for once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Ja, aber warum hat sie eigentlich das göttliche Herz gehabt? Das ist richtig.
After A created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, A handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
Ja gut, wenn sie das sagt, ne? Von mir aus.
When you put it like that, Paimon has to agree. The Traveler is worth more than a Gnosis.
Ja, kein Wunder, dass sein Gemausch sich nicht gezeigt hat. Anscheinend bin ich wirklich wertvoll.
Well, what's done is done. And Paimon heartily thinks we'll be getting it back now. Let's leave the past in the past.
Ja gut, was sollen wir machen, ne? Ist ja jetzt eh weg. Dann bitte Wind.
Anyway, you still haven't told us why you called us here today.
It's to thank you.
Really?
You intend to travel all over Teyvat, and the time has come for the Inazuma leg of your trip to come to an end, has it not?
Ne, ich denke mal schon.
As a mark of my gratitude, I will answer any questions you may have about the road ahead or the events of the past.
Okay, gerne.
What would you like to know about?
Ja, komm, wir fangen einfach oben an, über die Shogun-Puppe.
That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there is one other thing on this topic that I suspect you may be curious to know.
Das wäre... Ich bin
Before
ganz
A
ohr.
began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No, the prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on A. It was a test.
Okay.
The original plan was for A to simply discard it. But perhaps A thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she chose only to seal the power within it.
Gut, es kann schon sein, ne, dass sie das gemacht hat.
Later, this puppet
deswegen
wandered
gemacht hat.
Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness, until the Fatui took an interest in him.
Ist schon interessant, oder? Wenn die Puppe so ein eigenes, ja, Bewusstsein entwickelt.
Not the Fatui.
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even more formidable than his original specifications.
Hey, und kann es sein, dass du das eventuell bist?
The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis, and the prototype puppet is now known as the
Was?
Balladeer.
Ernsthaft?
What a crazy story.
Es ist hier Sakamosh, die erste Prototyp-Puppe von Shogun Raiden.
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny?
Okay, erzähl mal was über den ehemaligen Shogun Raiden.
I'm surprised an
Wahnsinn.
outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Archon. Few citizens of Inazuma are aware of this.
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Ball has passed away.
Okay, Baal.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were two twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
Zwillingsgötter, okay. Interessant.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double.
Okay, auch interessant, ja.
Beelzebul is A, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto.
Ach, das war die Schwester, die scheinbar gestorben ist.
As far as the world was aware, there were not two, but one. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth.
Haben wir da eine Zwischensequenz ja gesehen, ne?
In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood to refer to both of them. Right up until
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, A has assumed the shogunate.
Okay. So hat sie ja die Macht übernommen.
Losing her sister must have been super hard on A.
War das etwa Kanria? Das ist doch, glaube ich, der große Drachen, das große Drachenskelett auf
That
der
was when
anderen
A
Insel.
began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
Paimon feels like she understands A lot better now after finding that out. So what kind of god was Makoto?
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god, who in each moment cherished the beauty of what was before her.
Wow.
Okay. Was weißt du denn über meine Schwester,
Sorry,
die komische,
I haven't a
die da
clue.
weggelaufen ist?
I'm also unfamiliar with the god you describe.
Die Gottheit, von der ihr spricht.
But if you still have doubts about A, I would say they are misplaced. Not only does she not fit your description, but she voluntarily gave up her gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celestia in the process.
Nachdem ich sie getroffen hatte, fühlte es sich wirklich nicht an wie sie. Ja.
That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar, it could have made our relationship rather awkward, don't you think?
Don't worry. We aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, schade,
May
keine
you
neuen
soon discover the
Informationen.
truth behind it all. As for your sister's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate it, and I will also borrow some of Ayato's people from the Shiumatsuban. I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my means of thanking you.
Okay, alles klar. Dann erzähl mal was über die nächste Station unserer Reise.
After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into loads of scholars from there on our journey so far.
Gelehrte. Oh, die werden hier so viel reden. Oh, das werden wir
Yes,
sehr
well.
lange Quests.
Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is never ending.
Bei Dungeons and Dragons wäre es Bokop.
But their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. For example, in Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Okay.
Knowledge
Ja, Wissen ist Macht,
is
ne?
a resource?
Ja.
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sages or Lesser Lord Kusanali who came up with the idea.
Die Weisen oder die niedere Herrin Kusalani.
Lesser Lord Kusanali? That's a cute name.
Absolut.
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too. I wish you all the best.
Okay. Ja gut, dann habe ich keine weiteren Fragen mehr.
Are you
Dankeschön.
sure? Okay then. Oh, Traveler. Do you still have the Omamori I gave you?
Ja, und ich werde auch sehr gut darauf aufpassen.
Keep it safe. Is that all you intend to do with it?
Sonst damit machen.
There was me thinking that you might hang it around your neck to show off to the world, telling everyone who inquired that it was given to you by none other than Miko, the wise and beautiful.
Who in their right mind would do that?
Okay, I'll stop. Now, a question for you. Traveler, what is your ambition?
Wieder zu meiner Schwester, mit meiner Schwester vereint zu sein, schätze ich. Ganz bestimmt nicht, Mann. Kräfte aller 7 Elemente. Das ist
I
es. Aber
see.
der Typ.
But that is merely a small goal, based on what preoccupies you here and now.
Ja, natürlich. Das ist das unwichtige Ziel.
Your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines in unison with fate itself. Perhaps the reason you do not possess a vision is that such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you. It's a possibility.
Warum soll ich ein göttliches Auge haben? Ich stehe doch über den Leuten mit göttlichen Augen, weil ich einfach ohne alles benutzen kann.
Continue on your journey, and maybe that moment will come to pass.
Totaler Bullshit, oder? Naja. Gut. Allgegenwart unter den Menschen abgeschlossen. Kann was machen? Nö, natürlich nicht. Okay. Oh, ist das wirklich fertig? Ich bin fertig. Okay, Inazuma ist damit durch. Also dann. Einen sehr coolen Kampf mit Barbara und Yanfei. Überragend. Das war einer der schönsten Kämpfe überhaupt, ne? Gut, in dem Sinne würde ich sagen, hier auf jeden Fall die Aufnahme auch jetzt beendet. Vielen, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen und in der nächsten Folge geht es mit Enkayoma weiter. Da wir leider hier für das Straßenopferritual der 3 Welten, ja, in Enkayoma sein müssen. Deswegen gehen wir auf jeden Fall da hinunter, ne? Also hier die mondbeschiedenen Tiefen. Das da ist die nächste Quest, die wir machen werden. Wie gesagt, hier Teil 2 und 3. Das mache ich irgendwann mal außerhalb vom Stream. Das mache ich mal irgendwann so. Also aufnehmen auf jeden Fall, aber halt eben nicht, wenn ich live bin. Und da geht es jetzt gleich weiter. Haben wir schon gut abgearbeitet. Ich bin sehr, sehr stolz. Sehr schön. Also, an euch alle, vielen, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen und bis zur nächsten Folge hier. Ciao, ciao.